playoffs.
Only 5 seconds, maybe 5 seconds left in the Denver season. Mahmoud clears. Reggie Williams, a 2. He hit it.
Over the right corner, Pat running room to the hoop. Slammed up. Robert Pat. So it's back to Denver for Game 6 Thursday night.
Pack penetrating into the painted area again. Count it and a foul. The McNuggets have done it again.
Now on NBA Inside Stuff, we'll profile the mighty Oak, New York Knicks All-Star forward Charles Oakley.
He's a real spiritual force out on the court.
After his accident, Bobby Hurley's part of a campaign for auto safety. And we'll take an inside look at the Indiana Pacers.
He don't want to guard you. All right? He don't want to be on the court with you.
Check this out.
The killer crossover.
4. What's up, what's up, what's up?
The second time.
You like my hat?
3. Jordan on the drive.
Jam.
Did someone say jam session?
Here comes Sir Charles. 2, 1, liftoff.
Hold on, folks. Buckle up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Willow Bay.
And I'm Ahmad Rashad. Today, I'll be talking to one of my all-time favorite players, a man who is solid as a rock, steady. He is the foundation, along with Patrick Ewing of the New York Knicks. He is Charles Oakley.
Also today, in case you're not an expert on dinosaurs, we'll tell you what a raptor is. Besides being a very fast dinosaur, it's also the name of Toronto's new NBA team. Last night, the 3-time champion Chicago Bulls were facing the end of the line. Down 3-2 to the Knicks, they tried to stay alive in Game 6 at Chicago Stadium. Let's check out the highlights. With Chicago facing elimination, it was B.J. Armstrong getting the Bulls off and running.
For Armstrong. The Bulls are running the Knicks off the court at this point.
And Tony Kukoc would add salt to the Knicks' wounds.
Kukoc gives it back to Longley. Beautiful feed.
Greg Anthony, though, would beat the first-half buzzer to keep the Knicks close.
That's a 3. It counts. And the foul. Potential 4-point play by Greg Anthony.
The second half, the Bulls would step up the hustle, which would lead to some easy baskets.
Grant with the stuff.
Scotty's dunk would help the Bulls build an 18-point lead.
Oh, a faithful Scottie Pippen in the face of Patrick Ewing, who did not appreciate it.
Pat Ewing, though, would recover and keep the Knicks in the game.
And the Bulls lead by only 8.
But in the end, the Bulls would pull away, forcing Game 7 on Sunday.
Gives to Williams. Oh, that was beautifully done.
Today, it's a doubleheader here on NBC with both Western Conference series going to a 7th and deciding game. It begins with the Suns and Rockets, followed by the Jazz against the Nuggets.
When you think of the New York Knickerbockers, you think of hard work, intensity, and toughness. That style is personified by one man, power forward Charles Oakley. He's had a tremendous season, making his first NBA All-Star team and the all-defensive team as well. But for the Oak Man, that recognition was a long time coming. He's often been overshadowed while other Knicks have taken center stage. While Patrick Ewing and John Starks may be the Knicks' biggest stars, they'll be the first to tell you about the Knick they admire most.
My name's Charles Oakley. I'm with the New York Knicks.
Surprise! Guess who's on the rise? The man of the intangibles, the guy that does all the dirty work.
I'm not one of the elite players in this league, but when I'm on the court, I go all out, all the time, every night on the floor.
See, I think that because you play that way and because you play all out, you are one of the elite players in this league.
Well, I don't get caught up in that. I don't get a lot of calls, and my thing is go out there and make it happen for myself. I don't get a lot of plays, and I have to just go out and just do it.
He follows it. Still is. It's Oakley again. And the foul!
With his fierce desire and his relentless style of play, Oakley has come to redefine what hard work is all about.
Well, they should put his name in there, Oakley, in the dictionary. What is an Oakley? Forget about looking up a word because oak is unique.
When you talk about toughness, you compare toughness to Charles. You wouldn't compare him to something else. I think he's the epitome of what toughness is all about.
So he sort of defies any real description. He really does. He sacrifices his game, his body. He's a real spiritual force out on the court.
That spirit would surface in Game 2 of the opening round against New Jersey just when the Knicks needed it most.
And Ewing, at this critical juncture, has been tossed.
Everybody thought, oh no, what are they going to do? You end up with 25 points and 24 rebounds. That had to be a wonderful game for you.
Well, you know, it was just a game that, you know, before the playoffs started, Pat Riley, we had to meet him and Patrick and said, you know, we had to take our game to another level like never before.
Charles Oakley with one of his best all-around performances as a New York Knick.
You know, I wasn't trying to get 25 points, but it happened because I was in the mix of things. I was around the board. I was making it happen.
Charles makes things happen off the court as well. He's been involved with the Creative Arts Workshop in Harlem, which provides an outlet for inner-city youngsters. So this is some of the artwork that the kids have done. I understand that this one here with the green head is you. That one's you?
Yeah. They laid me out and did, you know, a sketch of me one day.
The example that you set with the hard work is the same thing that everybody's trying to tell kids, that with hard work, you could do what you want to do. Because I think if you didn't work as hard as you did, you wouldn't be the Charles Oakley that you are.
You're right. You know, a lot of guys in the league, I think that Adele Davis, a guy who worked hard, Dennis Rodman, you know, a little guy like Muggsy Buggs, you know. You don't have to be the tallest, you don't have to be the biggest. It's just hard work and determination and want to do it.
For me, I'm coolin' in New York. I'm chillin' in New York. Just chill.
With his tough, no-nonsense approach, the Oakman seems to symbolize the image of the Big Apple. So now tell me about New York, man. Is this your spot? Is this the perfect place for you to play?
It's a great place. You know, a lot of people want to play in New York. They always want to play their best in the Garden because once you play good in the Garden, everybody in the country know about it. You meet somebody walking down the street, they know the game just as much as you, almost. And they're like, why they ain't do this? Why they didn't do that? I'm like, damn, I was thinking the same thing.
There's nothing's equivalent to the New York state of mind.
Oh, so you know that when you see an elephant with the trunk up like this, it means good luck?
Yeah, the lady was just telling me.
That's for you.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna give that one for you, all right?
I'm putting it in my house on the manor.
As great a player as Oak is, I figured it can't hurt to have some extra luck, but it takes a lot more than a lucky elephant to knock off the world champion Chicago Bulls. Now, Charles Oakley, this guy personifies professional sports. He hasn't missed a game in over 3 years due to injury.
Which is incredible considering how banged up he gets. What's also neat is that the fans really count on him now. You know, over the years, you know, he'd go to take an outside jumper in the gut, you know, fans would go, oh no, and now they go, yes, it's over.
The knowledgeable fans, see, they didn't really know,
New
but
York
Oak,
knowledgeable fans,
Oak
right?
can really shoot. Also, Jerry Krause of the Chicago Bulls says that Charles Oakley is the best power forward in basketball.
And if Jerry Krause says it.
And he's also my man. There's still, that's Oak, I mean.
Oak, yeah,
Oak's my
right.
man. Jerry, he's all right too. There's still a lot more stuff to come, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
I want the inside stuff, and I usually get what I want.
Still to come, we'll travel back to prehistoric times to reveal the logo and name of Toronto's new NBA team, the Raptors.
What do you think of the name? Awesome! Already!
And the staff of Rewinds once again hard at work in search of highlights. We'll take a spin around the league to find the NBA's best moves of the week.
Now that's the inside stuff.
How did we improve on last season's best basketball cards? We gave them the same super glossy UV treatment, then added even more gold foil stamping. We dramatically improved the backs and set new standards for limited edition insert sets with more intense action, higher impact design, electrifying graphics, and foil stamping on both sides. 93-94 Fleer Ultra. Proof you still can't buy a better basketball card.
I want to go out there and test it, you know. The money don't mean anything to me. You know, I can go out there and play for free.
The thing is, he gets them 2 rings. That's what it is. That's what it is. If he had them 2 rings, it'd be...
So they can't do nothing to him now.
Right. Boy, he had them rings. He was like...
No, those rings don't mean anything, really.
Oh, those rings don't mean nothing?
They're just part of history.
Can I have one of them?
Oh, no.
This car is 18 feet long, weighs over 2 tons, has dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and a sophisticated impact management system. The new Plymouth Neon also has dual airbags, available anti-lock brakes, and a sophisticated impact management system. The rich, it would appear, do not have it all. Say hello to Plymouth Neon. $94.75 for starters, $13,000 nicely equipped. Plymouth Neon, Automobile Magazine's Automobile of the Year, now at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Today, 2 sudden death Game 7s. Tip-off times 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, where the Suns battle the Rockets. Then the Cinderella Nuggets face the Jazz. Today on NBC.
The Sacramento Kings' Bobby Hurley is eager to get back on the court and resume his promising career. He's working out every day, and he's made a remarkable recovery from his near-fatal car accident.
Bobby's hoping that his terrible experience can bring something positive, a lesson to others about auto safety. He appears in a new public service campaign, spreading the word about the importance of seatbelts. Last fall, Bobby Hurley burst onto the scene as one of the league's most exciting rookies. But on a December night, his life nearly ended in a tragic car crash. Bobby was thrown out of his car and into a ditch.
Was Bobby Hurley wearing a seatbelt?
That's still under investigation right now. For our preliminary, looks like he was not.
He was not wearing a seatbelt.
Right.
Bobby knows how fortunate he was to survive. Now he's appearing in a new PSA so that other people won't make the same mistake he did.
I was lucky. Most people who get thrown from their cars have injuries so serious that their lives are never the same. A lot of them die, and like me, most of them weren't wearing a seatbelt.
The purpose of the project is to use Bobby's near tragedy as a learning experience or a lesson for those people that say it can happen to me. Here's someone who may have felt the same way.
For Hurley, it was an emotional experience as he filmed the spot back at the scene of the accident along a road in Sacramento.
It's definitely a mixed feeling. It's great that I'm doing this and that it's going to help people, but at the same time, it's real hard for me to be here because it just brings back a lot of bad memories.
As he puts the accident behind him, he's focusing on his rehabilitation. He's also gained a new perspective on life.
I think the accident has helped me have a greater appreciation for my life, and I'm just happy to be living. I'm very fortunate. I'm still here, and I'm functioning well, and I should be playing ball again next season, so everything is really coming in place for me.
The spot premieres today on NBC during the Suns-Rockets game. As for Bobby, he hopes to return to competitive basketball in July when he'll take part in the Kings rookie camp.
In Rewind, you'll not only see playoff highlights, you will also see stuff flying all over the place. Everything from mouthpieces to sneakers. Also, how one man's old, smelly sneakers can be another man's good luck charm. Plus, the latest innovation in sports broadcasting. A gorilla running a camera. And even more strange, a player promising to dress up in a chicken suit in this edition of Rewind. Hey, move that towel. Oh, that's all right. It's my man Horace. Saturday, a coach has to do everything as Dan Issel clears a mouthpiece off the court. Speaking of mouths, Brian Williams has a promise if Denver beats Utah.
Well, I said it. I'll run down I-25 in a chicken suit if we pull this out.
If he's going to run around like a chicken, he'll need his sneaker. It comes flying off as he goes for the rebound.
Have a shoe. Look at his left shoe had been lost.
Tomorrow's lottery day, and the Bullets mascot Hoops is collecting 1,000 Lucky Charms.
Well, I got one more for you, a pair of shoes that they don't smell good now, but they'll smell better than you in about
Sunday, the NBC camera crew is hard at work bringing you all the action, and hey, I think I worked with that guy before. The Pacers have got it going on. They've got the league's best dance moves with Reggie Miller and Haywood Workman. They've got the best dancing fans. Well, not bad anyway. And Workman can't only dance, he can also block shots.
Blaylock releases, Elo stops him, and Workman.
Hey, Goldie, look out, you're on camera. Hey, how about Reggie Williams' shot to win Game 4?
Reggie Williams, a 2, he hit it.
Tuesday, Atlanta trying to save their season. John Koncak saves the ball, gets it to Plastic Man Stacey Augmon, and the Hawks stay alive for now.
Great pass. Stacey Augmon.
And Dominique Wilkins was here to watch his old team. Meanwhile, the Bullocks' Don McClain named the league's most improved player, beating out Latrell Sprewell. Wednesday, Game 5 in New York, and things got a little confusing.
Williams rejected by Williams. Scott Williams stopped by Herb Williams. I thought you were stuttering more.
The Knicks win. John Stark hits the reverse, then hits me with some high fives, even though I'm just an impartial observer. 1, 2, 3, John. Thursday, the Nuggets force a Game 7, and Dikembe Mutombo leads the cheers. George Foreman will do anything for a pizza, even knock somebody out for it. Finally, the quotes of the week. First, from the Hawks, Danny Manning. I can't tell you exactly what we need to do to win, but whatever it is, we have to do it. Guess they never did figure it out. And the Bulls' Tony Kukoc asked his secret to hitting a game-winning shot. He said, and I quote, It's easy. I shoot the ball and hope it goes in. I'll repeat that so your young players can write it down. You got a pencil and a pad? Here it is. You shoot the ball and you hope it goes in. I'll have to try that sometime. Back with more stuff, but after this.
Rewind is brought to you by the people at Nike, who encourage you to just do it.
1977, butterfly collar. Walk outside with that on in San Antonio, now you'll burn up. Super George, tell us about that finger roll from the free throw line.
You know, that was my patented. That was my patented shot. One thing I could do was finger roll.
You brought it down.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you brought it down.
I am a gracious host, courteous, genteel, and now I'm inviting you for the weekend.
Enter the Baby Ruth NBA All-Star Weekend Sweepstakes. You could win a trip to next year's All-Star Game in Phoenix and hang with
moi.
For details on how to enter, just call 1-800-WIN-1995 or look for these store displays. Baby Ruth, if it didn't look so funky, it wouldn't
taste so fine.
Baby Ruth, your ticket to NBA All-Star Weekend.
Forget it. No. It's not me. No way. That's the way I want to look.
Then you've got to try Bausch & Lomb's contact lenses. They're custom fit, so comfortable you won't believe it. They're as close as you can get to natural vision.
Way to go.
Way to look.
Call for a free trial offer of Bausch & Lomb contact lenses. 1-800-2FREE-4U. 1-800-2FREE-4U. Bausch & Lomb, official contact lens of the NBA.
I definitely get most through out of a perfectly run fast break.
What a great pass. I don't know any guarder than John Stockton can make that pass. What a feed from Stockton. Oh, my.
Bausch & Lomb, the official contact lens of the NBA, presents Court Vision.
I don't even can begin to think how the eye works. Guess it might have something to do with your brain. I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, the eye is very similar to a camera lens. Light has to get to the back of the eye, the retina, and then that has to be processed. There's many different ways to test the eye. I'll put this at a good height for you. There's instruments that test whether the eye sees clearly or not. Okay, what's the smallest line that you could read? There's other instruments that test for glaucoma, and there's other instruments that allow us to look at the eye in a magnified way. Most athletes have excellent peripheral vision and side vision, and that allows them, especially in basketball, to have good court peripheral awareness and know where other players on their team are.
Here's Edwards, a pretty feed with 1.1 seconds.
You definitely have to have peripheral vision, a good peripheral vision, because you need to be able to see all on both sides. And definitely, if you have good peripheral vision, you can see from the corner of your eyes and see if someone's open, and you can give them the ball in a moment's time.
Edwards to Jason Williams, beauty.
Doctors have now developed a new series of exercises to help players test their visual skills and enhance their peripheral vision.
We have to try and make an athlete better, and now they're looking at other ways. And eye-hand coordination is going to be a very, very big, important factor in the future.
Perhaps the best shooting eye in the league belongs to the Indiana Pacers' Reggie Miller, who we profiled last week. He is the star of the team, but he's not the only reason why they've been the surprise team of the playoffs.
The supporting cast includes guys like Rick Smits, Haywood Workman, and Dale and Antonio Davis. None of them are marquee names, but they've all been unsung heroes in the Pacers' drive to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now the entire country is finding out who they are. They're the team that has their fans in a frenzy, the NBA's hottest team, the Pacers.
We've had some wonderful stories on this team. Haywood Workman, kid that nobody wanted.
Miller leads the Indiana break. He has Workman. Got it.
It's become a starting point guard and a darn good one.
Larry Brown's given me confidence because he's pushed me so much that I had to prove to him that I could do the job.
Also doing a great job are forwards Dale and Antonio Davis. And another key ingredient is former Laker Byron Scott.
5 seconds left in the game. Open Byron Scott for three. Gone! Byron Scott hits a three with 2 seconds left.
Well, after the All-Star break, I was coming from home, and I just said, I think it'd be a good thing to bring my, my championship rings to show these guys, what I've achieved, the fun I've had. And I just wanted to get my point across and letting them know that, this is something that we can do, as a team together.
Together, they've gone farther than anyone ever imagined.
Let's go!
At the helm is Coach Larry Brown.
We got to calm everybody down. Hey, we got to all get calmed down. They're going to get us out of this game.
Thursday night, they closed out the top-seeded Hawks in 6.
Indiana to move on. For the first time in the history of this franchise, they are going to go to the Eastern Conference Final.
I guess when you've been on bottom and to finally taste the success of being on top, it's the best taste and feeling in the world.
It's an unusual situation this year for Indiana sports fans. Usually the Pacers are gone from the playoffs early, and the only sports topic in late May is the Indianapolis 500. And the Pacers haven't gone this far in the postseason since 1975. When, in case you're interested, I'll tell you.
More to this. I knew
they
there was more.
lost to the Kentucky Colonels in the ABA Finals.
Really? Marv called them the Kentucky Colonels.
Kentucky Colonels?
Yeah, he meant Kentucky Colonels. But anyway, I was there last week, and they are having so much fun. The difference in locker rooms, in Atlanta's locker room, they were all quiet. In Indianapolis's locker room, these guys were having so much fun.
Time of their lives.
Larry Brown really has them going. Now, in our next segment, you'll see both Davises, Dale and Antonio, my favorite player, Antonio Davis.
Really?
They're not related. Plus a sensational dunk, Kevin Johnson throwing it down over Hakeem Olajuwon. That and all the other jams of the week in Jam Session.
Steph all the way for the dunk. Yeah! In your face, Kevin Johnson. Pippen putting the move on Oakley and goes around him.
Here's Steph to the hole.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You know he's not perfect, but on certain days in his life, he has been. The night he poured in 63 points, the time he crushed 3 home runs in the World Series, the day he found Dwight Clark in the end zone. And you wish at some point, at some moment in your life, you could be that perfect too. And that's why you cheer for him. That's why you believe in heroes.
The thinking behind Plymouth Neon's cab-forward body design is simple. Move some things around. Pull the wheels farther apart, push the windshield forward, and voila. Machinery gets less room and people get more room. Hey, this calls for a little traveling music. $94.75 for starters, $13,000 nicely equipped. Say hello to Plymouth Neon. Plymouth Neon, Automobile Magazine's Automobile of the Year, now at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Forget it. No. It's not me. No way. That's the way I want to look.
Then you've got to try Bausch & Lomb's contact lenses. They're custom fit, so comfortable you won't believe it. They're as close as you can get to natural vision.
Way to go.
Way to look.
Call for a free trial offer of Bausch & Lomb contact lenses. 1-800-2FREE-4U. 1-800-2FREE-4U. Bausch & Lomb, official contact lens of the NBA.
The designers of Sega's new World Series Baseball set up cameras to capture what it really feels like in a Major League box. Then made it so you can pick any Major League team in any ballpark and made it have all the players, even the guys riding the pine. So with Sega's new World Series Baseball, everything happens, well, more like it does in real life.
Hey, Ricky!
Oh! Sega!
Monday on the Fresh Prince season finale.
Just like old times.
That's right. Will goes home to Philadelphia.
Well, when are you coming back then? I'm not.
The Fresh Prince season finale, NBC Monday.
McCray will inbound. 1
second on the clock. Sampson. It goes. It's over. A miraculous shot by Ralph Sampson has given the Houston Rockets the Western Conference Championship.
We just wanted to get the ball in bounds and get a decent shot. And Rodney McCray threw the ball in bounds. I went down, turned around, and I knew kind of where it was in the back of my mind, so I put it towards the basket, and I got the lucky bounce and went in.
You know, now there's a team with a name that makes sense, the Houston Rockets, because of course NASA is based in Houston, but other team names don't make so much sense, like LA Lakers or Utah Jazz, although it made sense when it was the New Orleans Jazz. But you know, other teams, when they name their teams, they play it really safe and they go for an animal name, like, you know, Hawks, Bulls.
What else?
Bucks.
Yeah, that's a good one too. But you know what else is a good name?
Speaking of animal names?
No, the Indiana Pacers is a good name.
Right.
The Indiana Pacers, not to be confused with the Indianapolis Pacers. You know, it can even be an animal that's been dead for millions of years. It can even, the team name. Toronto has a new team, and their name is the Toronto Raptors.
What's a raptor?
Raptor is a dinosaur.
Oh, okay.
Now, in the Name the Team contest, it beat out Bobcats, Dragons, and another dinosaur, which is, I like this one.
Oh, yeah?
The Torontosaurus Rex.
They lived over 85 million years ago, but they're coming back to play a little hoop.
Toronto is home to the Maple Leafs and the Blue Jays. Now there is a new team in town, and the first thing it needed was a name.
And here it is, the newest, freshest, and hungriest look in the NBA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Raptors are born.
My guy. I'm one of those diehard fans who's waited as long as everyone else to get NBA basketball in Toronto. So this is a great moment for Canadians, Ontarians, and Torontonians.
The name and the logo were a big hit with the fans.
It's good. It's sort of like the Panthers, Sharks, Fighters. It'll be good. Scare the opponents away.
NBA in Toronto is #1.
It's good. Team merchandise was snapped up as Raptor Mania officially began.
Whether we're in Roppongi or whether we're walking down the Champs-Élysées, anything, you'll be seeing Raptor gear everywhere.
So what was your favorite name?
Raptors, great.
You like that?
Yeah, now that I know what they are.
Well, that's our show for today, but we'll be back tomorrow with a special edition for Draft Lottery Sunday. We'll talk to one of the top prospects, Cal point guard Jason Kidd, who takes pride in his defense.
I thrive on the challenge of going against an offensive player.
And I'll profile another prize pick, Grant Hill, who can't wait to get started in the NBA.
You want to make the most of it and have fun, and really be able to look back at all this stuff and really say you enjoyed it.
Stay tuned for NBA Showtime, followed by today's playoff doubleheader, 2 Game 7s in the Western Conference.
And we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Twice. Once in...
Hotel accommodations furnished to NBA Inside Stuff by ITT Sheraton. ITT Sheraton. Our world revolves around you.